Hello and welcome to our new lesson. So in this lesson, we're going to finish the batch operations that we saw in the previous one, okay? So I think that the main case where we use batch operations is Control F, more than branches. Like using branches with like control space is fine, but if we really want to filter something, we probably use Control F, okay? So let's say I'm looking for Barnet posts, and now I have my browser window here. Okay. This stuff we already saw pretty much all of it. This one could be interesting because with this you add the browsed elements to the outstanding queue. Obviously, you would have to first leave only the memorized elements because you don't want the dismissed elements. So you do this, and you could do this to add them to the outstanding. This is spread the priority, and you can do all these operations with this too. Okay, so this is mainly to filter, and also has like a very interesting set of filtering operations. Okay, so as you can see, I can, for example, okay, let's open all the elements and let's do some filtering. Okay. I think that one of the most important thing is you go on child, and if you want to see the dismissed stuff, which can be useful for some, I'm going to show you some operations in another collection I have. So maybe only the dismissed because I want to select everything that's, I don't know, not a concept. So you could do, you could, since we have a few concepts here, just by hand, and clear the selection with this, and there you go. If you had a lot of them, so let's say you want to do the dismissed, and that leaves us with mainly the topics and concepts, and here what you want to do is to select the topics. Oh wait, 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 okay. So there should be, okay, here. If you oh, why is this, what the, okay, just sort by type then. Like at this point, this is probably the easiest way to do this. If you want to, obviously, please cut the part with fiddling. If you want to filter by concepts, just use type. Okay. I cannot see many cases where you want to filter concepts, but we had to do something difficult. So with this, you can filter by articles, extracts, or only if those are extracts, and we only have these 3 extracts that we did at the start of the course. Control space. Oh, control space here, or maybe here is better. The sorting by text size is probably one of the most interesting functions that you can do. Why? Because what I like to do sometimes, if I'm really overwhelmed by repetitions, I do outstanding, sort, text size. I have to, again, okay. And now I get presented the stuff with less text to the stuff with more text, okay? Why do I want to do this? Because if something is really long, like even items, I have some items that contain a lot of text because they are monster clauses, and I'll show you very quickly. So sometimes it's not wrong if you're doing incremental reading to consider cost in terms of time rather than how good is the close. If you read here, there's this advice, like in incremental reading, as long as the answer is correct, you don't necessarily need the most atomic close just in incremental reading. If you're formulating by hand, or if you're summarizing, you do need like atomic closes. But in incremental reading, there can be incremental formulation. So, like, how much time is that gonna take? Is there a formulation gonna take more time than actually answering correctly? If that's so, maybe you don't want to like do minimal closes, atomic closes all the time, even if they do not respect one close, one new piece of knowledge principle. This is what Wozniak says, by the way. I do not agree 100% with that principle, because if you're studying medicine and you start having these monster closes, there's this psychological factor that you feel allowed to do that on a massive scale. And it's one thing if you do some monster closes while incrementally reading something relaxed. If you do that while studying, so if you do that for 5 hours, that's probably going to result in a lot of confusion. So I am against too much reformulation in studying. I think that your close should be as perfect as possible, unless you're very tired, and then just doing incrementally. But I don't think that having monster closes in your learning process is a good idea. Back to the batch operations. So here you have a lot of possibilities, like stability. Okay, just read the hints. Okay, first wrap date, next wrap date. Sometimes when we want to manipulate our learning process, our outstanding, before postponing, advancing, and all of that stuff, I would rather sort stuff. Like, my advice is, if you really need to study Melanie Barnett, just do Melanie Barnett. Look for all these elements, the memorized ones, and add them to your outstanding queue. Okay? All of them. 3 conversions done. Okay. Why? Because it's less dangerous than working on huge branches or stuff like that. In this case, we probably would have needed only the items, and maybe among these items you wouldn't care about some of the high priority ones. So let's say this, I do not care, so I only leave this. It's really up to you. It's really up to you. The filtering is very, very subjective. Here you have the more options. Like, this is the same process branch kind of options, but on your browser window. What's the difference? I don't think there's any difference at all. I'm not sure we have the spread here. Oh, no, we do. Okay. So it's pretty much the same. There's nothing, like nothing. If you do learn, you're going to do a subset review of what's in the browser window. So let's see. Let's say I want to do review the material in this sequence. I mean, I could press this, which should be pretty much the same. Oh, I see. No. It's actually different. Because this is the outstanding. Always look at the text at the bottom. This is the outstanding. So you're only reviewing the ones of these that are in the outstanding. With this, you're reviewing everything here. So it's different. It's really up to you. And also you can apply, if some of these have like different templates, you could, let's say, apply template in batches. Okay. So if you want to do like all of this, you could. Among batch operations, so always remember, like, Control F and process branch are your best bets for these operations. If you forget to add, I already explained this, but if you forget to add a concept group to some of the elements, or maybe they are set in the wrong way, just do process branch, set concept group to game. Okay. Why? Because otherwise it could be problematic for some reasons, like neural review and such, which we're gonna see later. And honestly, there's not much more to say about batch operations. There's only the search. Now, we're gonna talk a little bit about searching, because I consider that batch operation. So Control F is this, and Control Shift S. Oh, wait. You can also do the search on your text registry. Okay. Which it's really nothing I really use. There are some very particular and weird utilization of this function, but it's not really useful for anything unless you have a very, very, very specific type of need. So we're gonna overlook that. I mean, it's not that we're gonna overlook that. Just go here and go search for some reason if you want to do that. Yeah, and templates. We saw how to apply mass templates. The last thing I want to talk about before closing this video is random test. So in random test, you will see pretty much everything, even like empty stuff. Why is that? I don't really know, but you will. If you want to do a random test on stuff that's only memorized, you should know how to do this. Just control space, click here, memorized elements, which memorized are not dismissed nor new material. So, and you do randomize the content. Oh, okay, wait. Here. Where is it? And you can, yeah, you do randomize. So, randomize the content and then review all the material in the displayed segments. This will change though this is a subset review. This is not a random review, okay? So keep that in mind. Which means that it will affect your learning process, okay? If you want to do the equivalent, you just go here, random test, okay? Random review is should count for the learning process, so it changes your statistics and intervals. Random test does not. Okay, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed our batch operations, and see you in the next lesson.